Next tonight, a Tonawanda man now stands accused of spiking his family's food with dangerous levels of Epsom salts and laxatives. 7 Eyewitness News reporter Ala Arabi tells us more.
Police in the city of Tonawanda say 34-year-old Andrew Ditch spiked his family's food and coffee with laxatives and Epsom salts. Ditch allegedly sprinkled the substances on food and put laxatives in the reservoir of the family coffee machine. According to authorities, family members complained of nausea, abdominal pain, and severe diarrhea. Police say this all started in late October, and they're not saying anything about a possible motive. Ditch now faces a number of charges, including 2 counts of attempted assault.
I can go run away. Please, I want to get my sneakers since you fucking called me a fucking fake! And you hurt me! I'm not going anymore to the doctors. I asked you to help me! And you're not helping me! I'm calling police.
You're calm.
You're instigating me. And you're being allowed to do this to me. And I'm asking you to please throw it out.
You're right.
I don't want it anymore.
Well, you don't have a choice in the matter when you misbehave like
I
that.
don't want them anymore, please.
And this is going on you too, Andy.
I don't care. I don't want you to hurt me anymore. I'm gonna break this so I don't have it. I can't want to live anymore because you bullied me.
He freaking threw
You
me.
bullied me. You bullied me and the cops allow you to do it to me.
Okay, go.
You're officer, right?
Yes.
You can arrest me now. I killed 10 people, right?
Nope, I didn't have to have witnesses and evidence.
There's unclaimed murders. You can arrest me now.
I'm good.
What's your name, sir?
I don't mean to sexually abuse you, but this is my skin infection. If you want me to eat poop, I need you to subscribe to my channel, get me 1 million subscribers plus.
Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be starting a docu-series on Andrew Ditch, commonly known as the Poop Squatch online. This first episode is going to go over the history of Andrew as well as some of his crimes. So sit back, get comfortable, and be prepared to be uncomfortable by the horror of this diaper fiend. Andrew Jamie Ditch was born June 1985 to parents Thomas and Janet Ditch in Tonawanda, New York. Andrew was regarded as a happy and easy baby by his mother. But as a toddler, he suffered from delayed speech that required him to attend a language developmental preschool program. After some time of responding positively, he was integrated into the 1st grade at a public elementary school. Let's watch part of a video where Andrew discusses this more himself while reviewing paperwork from one of the times he was admitted to a psychiatric hospital during his teen years. I'll be cutting in every once in a while to correct some of the things Andrew says.
My mom and dad reported things that weren't always accurate.
Andrew always claims that his parents or his doctors have lied about what he has, because he totally has autism even though countless medical professionals have confirmed that he isn't in fact autistic.
One of those things that they reported in 1993 was that I did really well at language development program. I remembered that. But after I lost the help from language development program, I was put in a program called public school in 1st grade, where I fell apart. What else I remember was my brother Joe having constantly go to the emergency room every other day or week, and that took away the care that I needed from my mom and the structure and consistency, and mom always had to rush to find someone else to take care of me. And that was a problem for me.
Even as a child, Andrew lacked empathy for anyone outside of himself. It didn't matter that his younger brother was having severe asthma attacks that required him to be rushed to the hospital constantly. It took away all the attention that precious baby Andy needed for his quote-unquote disabilities. In my personal opinion, I believe that Andrew saw all the attention his younger brother was getting and decided to fake symptoms and illnesses as a ploy for his own attention. As his younger brother suffers from Asperger's syndrome, which is a type of autism spectrum disorder. Is this perhaps where Andrew got the whole "I'm autistic" thing?
any autistic child would have the same issue when there's change and inconsistencies of having behavioral issues like I did. And I lost the supports I needed in school to function and learn and socialize, so I had a harder time adjusting and functioning. Work when finished first grade. Language Development Program is a school in Buffalo, New York that is now called Summit Education Services. They specialize in autism and behavioral difficulties, and that's why I was put in that school. So that's why I had these issues.
I'd like to take a moment to talk about Munchausen syndrome. Munchausen syndrome is a mental health condition characterized by the deliberate fabrication or exaggeration of physical or psychological symptoms to gain attention, sympathy, or care from others. Now, Andrew has never been formally diagnosed with Munchausen syndrome, but it wouldn't surprise me if he has it. I'm going to speed up this part where Andrew lists the dates of every time he was admitted, discharged, and readmitted, as it's quite painful to listen to on regular speed.
Mom, I was also still in diapers. I was placed in West New York Children's Psychiatric Center for the first time. Again, I started first grade in 1992, June 1992, or September 1992. I was 7 years old. November 1992, I was put in West New York Children's Psychiatric Center because of the behavioral issues that I had. A short stay. I was there for 3 months because I got discharged in beginning of February 1993. I was then going to go back to school, and I was transitioned to second grade at a different school where you see in this report right here, where I started my schooling later the year after, which would have been first grade still. This was in 2000. No, that was in 1992. This is 1993. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I was then placed in Set BOCES, and at the time of this as well. So that's during this time frame as well, and that's where I also had some issues. I was 8 years old, as you see, and I was discharged, and then I was readmitted in June 1993, and I stayed until August 1993, and then I was readmitted in October 1993 until February 1994, and then was admitted to Connors Children's Center by Child Protective Services in April of 1994. You'll see about the behavior issues that I had, the cognitive issues, the problems with communication, social interaction, repetitive behavior, sensory, my tics and stims, my attention, my learning difficulties were really a challenge at this point in life, and my ADLs, I was very delayed, like my brother Joe was.
Joe is the younger brother mentioned earlier in this video. Now, it's not uncommon for one sibling to mimic another to gain similar attention. But he's more than willing to go to extremes to just convince others that baby Andy need help wiping his poopy diapered butt.
And also, you also read another thing on how they talk about my brother Michael sexually abused me as a child. And I have a YouTube channel where I put on there my brother Michael raped me when he did not do that. I was upset at when my father told me that he went to my Aunt Diane's funeral, and Michael told him some things and others how they bullied me and stuff online and thought I was entertaining for them. So that's why I did that. I am upset that I was upset at the time. I didn't use good judgment. I didn't like what was being said because Dad didn't protect me or do anything to help me with being bullied, if that's even true. Even though I know my brother Michael didn't do that thing because me and him talked every once in a while. And I have not heard from my brother Michael since then, and I'm sorry, Michael, if you're watching this, that this is going to cause a lot more issues than there already is.
For the past 30 years, Andrew has spread countless false claims that Michael sexually abused him. When Thomas and Janet found this out, Michael was instantly removed from the home. Andrew would also claim that he'd see Michael around the neighborhood. He has no issue lying if it means gaining sympathy, getting what he wants, etc. He truly is an emotionally disturbed individual. We're going to speed through this part as well. Andrew just talks about his parents blaming each other, as well as how costly it is to raise children with disabilities.
But in this report, you're going to see that my mom and dad blamed each other because mom wanted dad home, dad would work all the time, and dad was the one who was working, mom was on disability, she couldn't work. You see that dad was also on disability at a short period of time here. And there was financial issues, common with disabled autistic children families. So we have parental issues and financial issues. This is the cost of raising disabled children.
This is very true, as we live in a society where one must put themselves in debt to just merely stay alive sometimes. But I have a good feeling that Andrew was a major source of the family's debt. We're going to speed past this part here where Andrew just discusses diapers. Medical professionals have documented in his medical history that this is a fetish-related thing, that he enjoys wearing diapers and having people clean him up. This is why he intentionally soils himself to prove to others that he needs diapers and to get his way.
Especially when they're still in diapers. Matter of fact, at the age I was at here, there was no baby diaper that would fit me. So I needed to have a youth diaper. Back then, the diapers were very little selection or choice. My mom only knew of one brand called Tranquility, the same diaper I'm wearing right now. But I was wearing a much smaller one then. Mom got from the catalog from Language Development Program when I was between the ages of 4 and 6. My grandma, Passano, who was my mom's mom, yelled at my mom because I was still in diapers. This was around the time of me starting first grade, before my hospitalizations, and my brother Joe was in diapers still, which is commonly for boys at the age that he was, and he was delayed in motor skills and communication like me.
Joe is 3 years younger than Andrew, so Joe would have been either 2 to 3 years old, which is not uncommon like Andrew said with children with disabilities and such. But for Andrew, he was intentionally soiling himself for attention.
So mom was yelled at for being a lazy mom and poor discipline. When you read this report here, you'll see that mom and dad didn't discipline me.
Thomas and Janet have a long history of enabling Andrew, but Andrew will get violent and do whatever it takes at times just to get his way, as he's known to throw his weight around and be a bully to anyone who dare oppose him.
And what's your first words of thoughts? Let me show you. The refrigerator mother theory.
For someone who likes to explain and inform people on every little thing related to him, it shocks me that he didn't explain exactly what this term meant. The term refrigerator mother was a harmful and inaccurate theory that blamed mothers for their children's autism. The notion that autism was the product of mothers who were cold, distant, and rejecting, thus depriving their children of the chance to bond properly. It was noted that fathers rarely stepped down to indulge in children's play, and that children were being exposed to the beginnings of parental coldness, obsessiveness, and a mechanical type of attention to material needs only, while being left neatly in refrigerators which did not defrost. The theory was popular in the mid-20th century but is now largely discredited.
Oh, one thing I want to add here. So, my hospital started talking about haunting fears and stuff. How would they really know if I couldn't talk? This just makes no sense there if you ask me.
Andrew's been diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome since childhood. One of his self-proclaimed tics is snapping his fingers, which we heard just moments ago. But a part of me wonders if it's just him snapping his fingers to get the attention of others or for the other person to stop talking. You see it quite often when Andrew is talking to someone either in person or on the phone. He doesn't care about what the other person has to say unless it's him getting his way or saying what he wants to say, as he talks at people and not to them.
Also talks about my development issue and my behavior issues and communication issues. It talks about my surgeries. It talks about how medications had no effect on me or help. It talks about my autism symptoms, so their pet behaviors, communication, behaviors, thought process, and intelligence and stuff like that.
Medications can cancel out each other, especially when you're Andrew Ditch and taking the whole medicine cabinet. But I've been wondering if he's been cheeking his medication and spitting it out once whoever's back is turned. For he's thrown out his medications multiple of times, resulting in people having to go through the trash just to get back these medications. Andrew can try and mimic all he wants, but it doesn't matter how many state lines he crosses or doctors he shops for, as he'll never be diagnosed with autism. And with that, I'd like to wrap up this first episode, as we barely touched the surface of who Andrew Ditch is as a person, as well as the insanities of the poop squatch. Anyways, thank you for watching, and hopefully this hasn't traumatized you that much. Until the next time, stay safe and stop abusing me.